Yo, the lies so that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose when I get to, never lose move on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running it maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision and pay me, it's never the sway me. Indigenous, maybe we winning, it's crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
Yeah, welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Lions Villain Report. It is the Saturday edition, and I am your host, Russell Wayne, and I will be talking to you for the next at least 1 hour here, talking about Lions football, and more importantly, this matchup that we have between the Lions and the Houston Texans down in Texas. We're broadcasting live right now into the Lions Facebook page, the Lions Villain Squad Facebook page right there, where we have over 57,000 followers right there. Thank you to everybody. Why have billions when we can have thousands? We're also in the Detroit Lions news podcast right there, along with JC Sports Network. We've been having some technical difficulties with those channels right there, along with the Huddle Sports Network. We're going to try to figure that out. Right now, we're actually only live on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, which is at Lions Villain Squad. Hit that like button If you like football and you like the Lions or you love the Lions, hit that like button and you can join the conversation right here. We are brought to you, as always, by NFL Shop. You can use this link I'm about ready to throw into the comments right here, and you can receive up to 30% off of your order through NFL Shop, our affiliate marketing partners right there. If you want to partner with the Villain Squad, you want to be guilty by association. If you own a business in the mid-Michigan area and you want to partner with the Villain Squad, get a hold of Main Event Mike for pricing at 810-620-2167 and find out how you can be guilty by association with your business. The Facebook Stars program will go to support Riker Wayne's World. Riker is my son. He has special needs and a rare genetic disorder that is being studied by the University of Michigan. My wife's Facebook is documenting the journey for our family, and she also is a great resource for parents who have children with special needs. So if you're commenting using stars, thank you for supporting our journey. It's faith, family, and then football in that order. We use football to spend time with our families and to create memories. We don't let football use us. And we are the UDFA of sports podcasting. That's what we are. Liking, sharing, and commenting is helping the UDFA. We're the Tom Kennedy of sports podcasting. Let's freaking go. Right there. So if you're supporting us right here, we're just a bunch of knuckleheads with a podcast right here, and we appreciate you supporting us on this journey. And here we go. And here we go. We got all that stuff out of the way. Faith, family, and then football right here. Let's get to our peeps right here. Good morning to you, Dwayne. Let's go. Detroit Lions, pride, kings of the North Division championship title, all grit, never back down, 7-1, make it 8-1. Let's go. Scotty Reno up in the house. I like that. I do. Jeremy B's up in the house. Fred Peterson's up in the house. How did the party go last night, Jeremy B? For any that hasn't watched it yet, check out Goff's interview with Jason Garrett. It's pretty good. What did I just drop? I don't know what I just dropped. Oh, great. It's all right. That's all right. We'll worry about that later. Good morning to you, Jeff Addison. And right there is the link for the NFL Shop Lions gear right there. You can save up to 30% off by using that code right there. Obviously, when the Lions are on late, I'm staying up, but it's a struggle to stay up on the next several days in recovery mode right there. And that's the truth. These late games are awesome. I love being in prime time, but we're older people. We don't want to stay up all night. We've been waiting for a long time, hitting these key matchups and these injuries. And what do we got going on? So let's get into some of the meat and potatoes, because some of the things that I really wanted to hit today, key matchups. Where are we? Where do we have strengths? Where do we have weaknesses on this team? So the Lions injury designations. Zadarius Smith is questionable. To Jeremy B's point earlier this week, the Lions don't like to rush people right out if they're not ready. I mean, I do feel like defensive end position is a little, I don't want to say you don't have to be smart to play it, but I think there's more of a package that you can put somebody in where they can just rush the passer, where they don't have to think as much. There's a package that they can get in there while they're getting him accustomed. So I think that he is going to play. I don't know how many snaps that he would play in this game, but I do believe that he is going to have some kind of impact on the game. So Zadarius Smith was for they call it personal reasons, but I think it's just because he was supposed to be on a bye week this week, and he got traded here, so he's not going to get a bye week. So they gave him a couple days off. He's officially listed as questionable for the game, and that's okay. That's okay, because I don't even think it's 100% that we would really need him in this week, because they've been doing fine without him. So let him get accustomed. We need you more for the playoffs than anything else. Taylor Decker is officially out. It's either going to be Dan Skipper, maybe even Colby Sorsdahl in that spot, but next man up. Next man up on that one. Broderick Martin, he's been out. His 21-day window has been open. I think there's like 10 days left on that window. So he's not coming back this week. He might not even be back next week, but I do believe that they will put him on the active roster because he's been practicing in full. So Broderick Martin listed as out. Jalen Reeves-Maben is out. Safety Fatu Melifanu and one-day practice windows open for Mosley and Ifatu Melifanu. If you didn't know that already, there you go. But they are listed out for this first game. Still, there's 3 weeks worth of practice window able to go on. And Malcolm Rodriguez listed as out. But we definitely have some depth at those positions. Most of those aren't really, really big surprises other than Taylor Decker. But I would rather see him get right, because we do have depth at the offensive line, and I think that we're going to be okay in that way. But this is a very good Houston Texans team on defense. I think that they're actually rated as the number 2 defense in the league by some of the metrics that are out there, but they don't perform well on defense in the red zone, and they've been susceptible to the run. So Texans injury designations, defensive tackle Foley Fatukasi. Fatukasi. It sounds like it's Italian right there. He is questionable. Linebacker Jake Hansen is questionable. Defensive end Jerry Hughes is questionable. Jeff Okuda, who's been out the entire season with the quadricep, is officially questionable. Nico Collins is questionable. Tank Dell with his back is questionable. And they've already listed defensive end Will Anderson and Damian Pierce as out for the game. And that's pretty big right there, with Will Anderson being out, especially with the injury of one Taylor Decker. So that's the injury report right there. And nothing glaring that really sticks out to me. We're going to get Jameson Williams back. He is definitely going to be playing, and that is going to be a boost for the offense. And I don't know. I think that we should be able to run the ball on this team. We should be able to run the ball. We're a good running team. This team, like, if you're just taking advantage of and taking what the defense is giving you, that you can run on this team. I think that they should run on this team. So let's get back into some of these comments right here. Who is in and out of the game for Detroit versus Houston? We just went over that. Great question, Dwayne. I had to ask that. According to what Smith said, he's ready to go on Sunday. But here's your clue about someone else. 5 days left for Martin. 5 days left. I thought I just saw it said 10. Broderick Martin said it said he had 11 days left yesterday. Let's check this out. Broderick Martin. From RotoWire. Yeah, he's definitely been ruled out for the game. I'm trying to find something where it talks about the 21-day window, so we can look at that. Update on I'm trying to find something recent 6 days ago. No, I thought I saw it on Pride of Detroit, but you could be right. He's got about he definitely, they don't have to make any decision on him quite yet, but the way that works is they can put him on the active roster, or they'll have to put him on the active roster by the end of the 21 days, or they have to put him on injured reserve for the rest of the season. So I don't think that he's going to be on there for very much. We just have to put him on the active roster. We don't have to start them. I'd like to see Martin next week or the week after, just to get a few snaps. What side does Will Anderson play? I'm not sure. I think that those guys move all over the place. But I think that Will Anderson, gosh, I think that he goes on the Penei Sewell side, but they do move them all around. Jeremy says that it's Decker's side. Yeah, that's big with having Decker out and having Will out as well. No even matchup. And you know what? I wonder, here's a question. I wonder if they would have kept Decker out if Will Anderson was playing. You know, if they were going to do that, would they have put in Decker? How serious is that injury? I mean, I think the Lions are confident with their backups because their backups play well. You know, it's not glaring holes. So Darius Smith and Rasheed Wallace look alike, and they both have. Yeah, I even have a slide for you guys right there. Look at that. Look at that. Rasheed Wallace and Za'Darius right there. Tell me that those guys don't look alike. This is the reincarnation, the basketball version. Right there, Rasheed Wallace. Za'Darius Smith is the basketball, is the football version of Rasheed Wallace. I actually believe that in alternate universe, I was talking with Dr. Strange, and Dr. Strange says in the alternate universe that Za'Darius Smith is actually Rasheed Wallace. You like that? I don't know. I had to put those two next to each other because I just remember seeing that, and I've thought that even back in the day when he was playing with Green Bay, Minnesota, and I was just like, man, this guy looks just like Rasheed Wallace, and now he's on the team. I mean, go figure. Who would have figured that Za'Darius Smith would have ended up being on the Lions, and then I actually get to make this meme. Rasheed Wallace and Za'Darius, are they related? Are they the same person? We'll find out more. Yeah. Let's see. That's Darius Smith and Rasheed Wallace. They look a lot alike. Maybe they're the same person. Maybe Rasheed Wallace should have sacked LeBron James. That would have been nice. They both got attitude. I'm Norm Macdonald. All right. Sonic and Knuckles looking to have a big game this week. He's been a full participant for 2 weeks at practice. because the Texans report hit at 3 p.m. and the Lions at 4 p.m., which is like the same time. Steve says St. Brown says the Packer fans are delusional. LMAO. Yeah, you don't think that they look alike? Come on, Steve. You don't think he looks alike? You don't think Zadarius Smith should go out there and sack LeBron James? You ain't got anything on there? We traded both. We traded for both of them in mid-season also. I mean, it just looks like Lion fans are the most delusional. Why is that? Why would you say the Lion fans are most delusional? I don't get that. Why are we delusional? Are we delusional because we're happy? Are we delusional because we're happy because we're 7-1? And we just beat the shit out of we just beat the crap out of the Packers. Packers don't even belong on the same field as us right now. It's ridiculous. I can't even believe you paid Jordan Love $55 million a year, and he leads the league in interceptions. How's that make you feel? I mean, you want to talk about delusional? Delusional. How do you let St. Brown come into your spot? Amon-Ra St. Brown comes into your spot that says the Packers suck, and you don't make him pay for that? How soft is that franchise, the Green Bay Packers? I mean, I know Steve's all right, but none of the other Packers come and represent. They were all big and tough and big and bad last year. I mean, I had a whole panel full of them when we were doing trash talking. 10, 12 Packer fans all on here running their mouth. And now, since the Lions own the Packers, 5-1 in the last 6 games under Dan Campbell. And it's getting ugly anymore. It's getting ugly. I mean, the Packer fans on this show, like Steve, and I love you, Steve, but you should be worrying about the Chicago Bears beating your ass. Chicago Bears are pissed off at you.
We're going to bite the kneecap off.
And you're worried about us? Why are you worried about us? You're 3 games behind the Lions. You ain't going to catch us. Jeremy B says 3-1 in Lambeau underneath Dan the Gambler Campbell. And the only loss coming in the first game that we played in Lambeau, when we had a practice squad team. And we played that entire 2021 season, $60 million over the cap, where we couldn't do anything. Steve says he doesn't worry about any team. That's your problem. That's your problem, is you should be worrying about these teams. You're not the best anymore. You're not even super good anymore. You expect this team to bounce back? You expect this team to bounce back? Jordan Love ain't very, very good. You just paid him $55 million. And Malik Willis is the best quarterback on your team. I mean, how are you going to justify benching a $55 million quarterback if you want to have any success? But Russ, Packers had all those great players. They named them, but I just don't see it. They don't have any players. Who the Packers have? They have a team that has trouble stopping the run. Have a team that had trouble beating some good teams, and when they faced good teams, they got smoked. They got smoked by the Vikings. They got smoked by the Lions. You know, they took the Tennessee Titans all the way to the end. You let Will Levis start dropping some bombs on you. It's not good. Not good. Hope you're doing well, Steve. I think F-Cuss has lost the confidence of the locker room, and they are imploding. Don't be surprised if the Patriots smack around the Bears. Yeah, I know the Bears got to play the Vikings, but the Patriots are the perfect team, since the Patriots aren't very good either, for the Bears to come out and, you know, and play that bear card. You know, they beat up on a bad team. They're like, we're going to win the rest of our game. You better watch out, Lions. We're the real kings of the North. It's like, okay. Like, Lion fans, it's funny. It's like they call us delusional. Actually, most Lions fans don't know what to do with their hands right now. Most Lions fans, it's like they're not delusional. They're looking at this team, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve. Is this the best? I mean, you're a rival fan, and you just, you know, just like to talk. But in reality, if you're a Lion fan, is this not the best chance that you've ever had to win a Super Bowl under any regime, under any team? I can't think of a better one. I can't think of a better team. This team is way better than any team that had Barry Sanders on it. I remember people saying that all the time. Oh, you need more than one player. You can't win with just Barry. Oh, but we have a top 15 defense. You know, we never had the complete team before. We never had the depth in the coaching, you know, and everything to be hitting right. You know, a general manager that it was in tune with the head coach, and not necessarily picking the best players, but picking the right players for the team. And then here we are. Dan Campbell's like 28-8 since that fateful day in 2022 after that Bills game. He's turned the franchise around. It is what it is. So Lion fans are happy. Lions fans go into, you know, mid-season at 7-1. Is that delusion? Is that delusion, thinking that we could win a Super Bowl? I agree 100%, Jeremy B. I don't know what to do with my hands. Just look at my picture. I'm just standing. I'm standing with Branch. Don't forget that the Patriots just went into MetLife and smacked around smacked the Jets. Is that really that impressive? I think the Jets are like a big talky team. They fooled me last year. And then you just realize, you know, are they going to, I mean, the Patriots and the Jets. I mean, that's for one, that's a rivalry game. And, you know, the Jets have a good defense, but it's like fools. It's like they got the players, but I just don't believe in them. Do you believe in the Jets? Does anybody believe in the Jets? I don't know.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Joseph said the consensus thinks that the Lions are the best, but Lions fans are delusional. I know. They don't know how to. Packer fans and Bear fans, they don't know how to talk trash. They don't know how to talk trash. They have like the same three jokes. Like the Packers are the Andrew Dice Clay of football. You know, man, you had some really, really good jokes when they came out in the 80s. It's not good. It's not good. Good morning, villains. From the Central Scrutinizer. Our backups could be starters on other teams. That's the way it usually works. On paper, the Jets shouldn't have a shot against that roster. I mean, the Pats mean. The Jets coaching is poor. Yeah, they just went through a coaching change when it comes with that. But that's good. Steve, I appreciate you coming in on your day off or on your week off. And I'm sorry that you have to think about us all the time. Packer fan. This is Packer fan in general right here. It's like, you want to remind me of history. You want to remind me of how good you used to be. Turn on that History Channel so we can go to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in 1969. And the frozen tundra Lambeau Field, the Green Bay Packer fans rode their horses to the stadium in which they were victorious. Oh, the history. Oh, yeah. But in the back of their head, it's like, gosh, man. 3-0 in the last 3 in Lambeau. Jared Goff on my mind. Man, I can't believe that Amon Ra came into our spot and wore a Green Bay Packers socks shirt and got away with it. And they still won. Campbell owns the Packers. But we won the first Super Bowl. Look, we won the first Super Bowl, though. Love leads the league in interceptions, but we won the second Super Bowl, too. Tell me more on how your decorated history helps your team now. How does your history help you now? It doesn't. It doesn't, because 0 of the guys that are on the Packers have a championship pedigree. The fan base doesn't even have a championship pedigree. And they've learned how to parrot what their dad said when their team used to be good. They used to be good. They were good. Now the Lions are good. While they talk about the fact that the Lions haven't made the Super Bowl, but neither have any of their coaches that are currently in the NFC North either. Yeah, none of the teams in the NFC North, the NFC North hasn't been the greatest division. The Packers ran away with it 9 times out of 10. And, you know, the Bears, Vikings, and in the Lions, you know, we were just, you know, the piñata. We were just the team that got beat twice a year by the Packers. The Vikings can probably say they did the best job against the Packers during that time, but nobody was doing anything. The Packers were winning the division and then going and, you know, losing in the first and second round of the playoffs. It ain't no different than what happened to the Lions last year. That's why it's funny when they make fun of us. We finally make it to the playoffs. Oh, you choked in the NFC Championship. We haven't won a playoff game in 30 years. You act like we lose sleep over losing in the NFC Championship. We're not used to being in an NFC Championship game. Now, I don't like going up 24-7 and then losing the game. But I'm not going to, I don't lose sleep going, oh my God, I can't believe we're never going to win the NFC Championship because we didn't win the one that we went to in 30 years. I'm like, no, I'm still pretty happy that we made the NFC Championship. Did anybody out there pick the Lions to win the Super Bowl last year? It's like, we knew the team was going to be better, but we didn't know that they were going to like advance and be able to progress like that. So I don't think the Lions fans are delusional. Maybe the delusional fans that think that we can't win the Super Bowl with this roster. You don't think you can win the Super Bowl with this roster? You got an offense that can score on you in whatever way they feel like it. We can run the ball on you. We could have a game that was just directed at Sam Laporta, one of the better tight ends in the league. We could have a game that was just centered around running the football between Gibbs and Montgomery. Or we could have a game that's centered around throwing the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown. If you try to stop one thing, we're just going to do another thing. Dwayne Keene says the past is the past, and now is now. So moving forward, the Lions is better since Brad and Dan have been here every year. We've been improved. And now the Lions are the best team in the NFC North, and the rest of the teams are chasing, but we keep progressing while they try to keep getting better. You try to improve your run game by taking out Josh Jacobs or taking out Aaron Jones and putting in Josh Jacobs. You know, all the other teams tried to improve too. And the Lions' progression with the guys that they've picked, they just have a better team. They've picked better players that are progressing faster. You're not going to catch us. We're going to keep getting better too. What do you think, that Brad Holmes is just going to stop and forget how to pick talent? No, he's got the right guys. When former coaches say that the only way defense can stop the Lions is by making 12-minute defense legal, that says a lot. There's nothing you can do about the way our offense attacks you. If you zig, we'll zag. We have the personnel to do that now. So in the key matchups, this is Saturday Morning Live right here on the Lions Villain Report. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Russell Wayne. And I spend an hour with everybody talking football every day at 10 a.m., Monday through Saturday, broadcasting live right now into the Lions Villain Squad Facebook page with over 57,000 followers in there. Why have billions when we can have thousands? Brought to you by NFL Shop. You can use the link in the comments to save up to 30% off of your order. You know, at least Steve showed up, right? The top reasons to ghost the villain is I'm too hard on him. I'm too hard on them. They like to blame other things when they leave. But the bottom line is, if you came in here and you talked your trash and now you're not coming in, your butt hurt. And I'm sorry that your butt hurt. I'm sorry that your team isn't as good as you thought it was. But we haven't seen the Bear fans in here. We haven't seen Viking fans in here. And every once in a while, there's one that pops in that wants to hit the status quo. But no, we ran them all out because we won. That's how you get the rival fans out of here. You just keep kicking their ass.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Just keep beating on them, and then eventually they'll go away. The delusional fan base of ours, right? How dare us? How dare us like our team when we're winning like this? How dare us? Oh, you Lion fans you guys need to learn how to win. You guys just don't know how to win. That's why you're acting like that. No. We know how to win. What is knowing how to win? What does that look like, Packer fan? Knowing how to win. Do we need to show poise? Oh, we need to show some poise after the victories. You know, you can talk trash on Monday, but if you say that your team is good on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you just don't know how to act. You just don't know. You need to show some poise. You better show some poise with how you're acting being a winner. You got to be a winner like a Green Bay Packer. Green Bay Packers know how to win. We never talk trash after Wednesday. No trash talking after Wednesday. That's how winners do it. What does that even mean? We don't know how to win. We don't know how to be happy about our team being 7-1. Coming off a victory against you, a beat down against you, where you were outclassed, outplayed in every phase of the game. And you want to take a moral yardage victory. Yep, but we got yards. We got yards. Dwayne says, let's go blue Michigan Wolverines. Boo. Dell is playing and Nico Collins is not. That seems to be what is happening right now. But major matchups from Lions defensive line versus the Texans offensive line. The offensive line, especially on the interior of the Texans, has not been good. So I think that the Lions will have an advantage in that spot. Offensive play calling. I like D'Amico Ryans. He's good. Steve says, you guys are 7-1. Congrats. That means nothing to me. Doesn't matter your record and what the winning games count, like the playoffs and conference championships. Steve, you got to deal with it. You just have to deal with it. We're in your head. That's why you're on a Lions page and not on a Packers page. It does mean something to you because you wouldn't have commented about it if it didn't mean something to you. You got to deal with the fact that the Lions are better. Just deal with it. Especially on this program. You're in here with a bunch of Lion, but you're not going to convince any Lion fan in here that the Packers are better or that they're going to be better or that they have any chance on being better. Dan Campbell owns Matt LaFleur, completely owns him for 3 years. For 3 years, he's owned LaFleur. I mean, if you want to take your little victory on Thanksgiving last year and you want to run to the bank with it, that's fine. You want to take your 1 out of 5, and that's fine. Oh, there we go. And the Super Bowl. That's what you call a coping mechanism. This is called reverse engineer crying. This is the way Packer fans cry now. They're not going to come right out and say, we're better than you. They bring up the Super Bowls. 7 years ago, when my team was good, we were good, and we are good now because we were good then. Doesn't work like that. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter what your record is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all about the right here and the right now. And right now, the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL. They're playing like one of the best teams in the NFL. And they will be coming, Steve. Sit back and enjoy the show. The Lions don't care about sexy stats. We only care about the one thing in the scoreboard. I'm out. Y'all have a great weekend. Thank you, Fred. Steve, who's better than us right now? The central scrutinizer says the skipper replacing Decker, or will it be by committee? I think it will, they'll pick one of them. I think it's going to be either skipper or I guess a smaller percentage chance it might be some Colby Sorsdahl in there. I don't know who's going to be the starter in there, but that's okay. Steve says your argument, or Steve, your argument carries no weight. Packers are good. They're just not executioners. And that's what it is. It reminds me of when the Lions had Stafford and the Packers had Rodgers. The Lions were a good team. The Lions were a good team during the entire Stafford run. They were good. They just couldn't beat the Packers. That's it. You know, they couldn't beat the Packers. They could win against some other teams. We went to a couple playoffs, you know, lost in the first round with Stafford, but we just couldn't get over that hump. It's reversed. The roles are reversed right now. The Packers aren't going to get over the hump known as the Lions. They're not going to win very many games against the Lions with Jordan Love, or unless they just get their team better. Facebook user says, I think Sewell will go to the left and Skip will go to right tackle. I've been wrong before, though. Steve, I'm more worried about the Vikings than I am about the Lions. Viking fan says they need to fear. Viking fan says I need to fear them more than the Lions. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But you're the third best team in a division that Packer fans run around like they own. I mean, you list the score of the last 60 years and you tell me not to worry about the past? You ain't worried about the past? That's all you're worried about. That right there. I'm more worried about the Vikings and then I am about the Lions. Okay. Don't worry about the Lions. Don't worry about the Lions. Hopefully LaFleur doesn't worry about the Lions again either. And that way we can just keep kicking your ass. Shoot, don't be worried about either one of us. Let both of us kick your ass. You know, do a trophy celebration on every show, on every game before you lose. You know who we're more worried about? Nobody. We're not worried about anybody. Because no teams can beat the Lions unless the Lions beat themselves. The Lions ain't worried about what you're doing. The Lions are worried about what we're doing. If we execute our game, nobody can beat us. Nobody can beat the Lions if they're executing on their game. We haven't even played our best game yet, and they're 7-1. That game where we dump trucked the Packers, you know, we went out 3 and out, twice, and then 6 and out once in the second half. And Xavier McKinney out there running his mouth. I don't respect a team that likes to run the score up. Well, there you go. We didn't run the score up on you. Does that make your feelings a little bit better, Xavier McKinney? I thought he was supposed to be like the best safety in the league. The Lions offense took full ownership of that. Shoot, he's supposed to be the best safety in the league, and you took out what I consider the best safety in the league in a penalty, and Kirby Joseph still was the better safety. So, key matchups in this game, I really believe that it's going to be the offensive line running the football in our running game versus that defense. That defense is the number 2 defense in football right now. Now, they don't have Will Anderson. They got some players that are out, but they got a good young team in Texas right here, too. This is a good trap game right here for the Lions. Because if they're not on their P's and Q's, this Texans team can beat them. This is a good Texans team. They got a good defense. They're well coached. They play physical. They can match up with nastiness. So it's going to be a good game. Dan Campbell talk about a team that you got to drag out into the deep waters. This is one of those teams. Going to have to drag them out into the deep water. Drown them. We got Jamison Williams back. Think that opens up the run game, guys. That opens up the run game. You pick your poison. You're going to bring that safety up in the box. That's where the key matchup is. You know, of course, coaching, Dan Campbell, and then D'Amico Ryan. That's a good match. And then Ben Johnson versus that defense. You know, CJ Stroud, if he's got his full complement of wide receivers, you're going to have to get pressure on him. But I believe that if we can control the line of scrimmage with our offensive linemen, and that's even without Decker, that they should be able to win this game. I think they're going to cover a spread. I think that I'm going to believe in these double-digit wins until somebody beats us or somebody stops us from truck sticking them. Because all kidding aside, even in that Packer game, when you look at that game last week, it wasn't like the Packers were ever in the game. You know, they were able to just run the football and do whatever they want. And even at the end of the game, when they had 2 minutes, you know, they ran for that first down and Demo, you know, ended up sliding down. He probably, you know, they could have scored more touchdowns, but they decided to do the classy thing and kneel down for the last 2 minutes of the game. 2 minutes they ran off the clock. That's how far that they were behind. So all of these moral victories because they were within 10 points is ridiculous to me. I mean, the Lions played the mercy card on the Packers and knelt down right in the middle of Lambeau Field. Steve, just stop. You're a football fan. If it roles were reversed, you'd be mad about the ejections. You see, this is what Packer fans do, and I'm not going to give you any airtime on that, Steve. You know, but Brian Branch had a penalty, and he got kicked out of the game. And you saying, well, if Branch would play, it's not about playing smarter. These kind of penalties, these kind of hits happen all game, every game in every city. Everybody hits like this. He didn't hit Melton in any way that wasn't like anybody else. It wasn't any more egregious. As a matter of fact, there were more egregious hits that didn't get penalties called. That's why they complain about it. And the NFL is actually getting some shit for kicking him out of the game for that. So, you know, don't get on your high horse, Mother Teresa, because I know the Packers never do anything wrong. They never make any mistakes. They never do anything wrong. I don't understand why Brian Branch has to be so mean and try to hit us so hard. It's like, come on. He got kicked out of the game. Like, what more? I'm not even mad about the ejection anymore. I mean, you ejected our best player that we had on defense, and we whooped you anyway. How sad is that for your team where you can get the referees in your pocket and have them kick out our best player off a hit that should have just been a 15-yard penalty, and then we still dump truck you? That's sad. That's what you should really be thinking about. Like, you took out our best player. Our best player didn't play in the game, and our first best player wasn't even in the game because he had a broken leg, and you still got dump trucked. Lions and Falcons NFC Championship, or Falcons versus Viking NFC Championship game, or the Commanders versus Lions, or Vikings or Falcons. You don't have any confidence in where's your Green Bay Packer confidence? You don't think that your team can come back? You haven't lost all confidence, have you, Steve? You got Lions, Falcons, Commanders, no, and Vikings, but no Packers in there. How many? You don't want to? You don't have any confidence in your Packers making it into the playoffs? You guys still got a winning record. What are you, 6-3? There's 9 games left. You got 9 games left. You have 8 games left. But 8. You have 8 games left. You're 6-3. I mean, I wouldn't give up if I were you. Just because you're not as good as the Lions, it doesn't mean that you still couldn't get into the playoffs. And I'm not delusional to the playoffs. I think the Lions could be the best team in the NFL and not win the Super Bowl. I mean, the playoffs are a different story. Anything's possible in the playoffs. Those teams are so close. And you got to build yourself up for that big moment. And I don't think the Packers are that bad. I just think the Lions are that good. I still believe that we are part of the best division in football. I believe that. So I don't take anything away from the Packers. Actually, the Packers are part of the reason that I believe the way that I believe. I went into that Packer game a little bit scared. Steve, you even called me out on it last week. I went into that game a little bit scared. I have PTSOL. I've been a Lions fan for so long that sometimes it creeps in. The PTSOL, all the bad shit that's happened to us over and over and over again going into this game. And I had my friend Tim the Tool Man in the Lions Den calming me down. Mike, main event Mike, calming me down, be like, it's going to be all right. It's like I just seen so much bad stuff happen, a bunch of and then the whole Brian Branch thing happened, and it's like, oh my God, it could be PTSOL all over again. So when the Lions finished that dump trucking of the Green Bay Packers, it just hit me. It's like, it's just, the nerves of being a Lion fan. It's like, you think the Lions fans are delusional? I think that Lions fans are fragile. We've had so much bad shit happen to us. You think that we're overconfident, but I think that the Lion fans are underconfident. I think the average Lion fan listens to a national report about the Lions that says, oh yeah, the Lions are the best team in the NFL. And all the Lions fans go, shut up. Stop talking. Don't say that. You guys talking about it. You're going to jinx us. That's what most Lion fans do. Most Lion fans are trying to, get a grip on the fact that the team's actually good and trying to believe in it forward. I was listening to 97.1 The Ticket yesterday, and they had a topic on that. It's like, are the Lions fans overconfident? Should I pump the brakes on this Super Bowl talk? It's like, should all the local media guys like me, should I stop talking Super Bowl even though the national media keeps on talking about us as Super Bowl contenders? I think Lion fan is underconfident, Steve. Underconfident. Like a kid that was bullied that finally stood up against his bully, beat his ass, and he's like, yeah, I'll kick your ass again. And finally stuck up for yourself after 30 years. Now it's hard to consider yourself in that, that good team spot. Oh, that bottom's got to fall out, right? If you're a Lion fan, that's the way you feel. The Lions, the bottom's got to fall out on this, right? It always does, but it didn't. That's the difference, Steve. That's the difference between the Lions now and the Lions that you grew up watching. It's like the bottom isn't going to fall out. Even if the Lions don't win the Super Bowl this year, you think the team's going to be any weaker next year? No. The entire Lions roster is going to be better next year without adding players. And that's something that Lion fan is definitely not used to. Having a roster that is going to get better through progression, and you know it. I love how good Jahmyr Gibbs, Laporta, David Montgomery, and Branch, and Campbell, and Kirby, and Aleem McNeil, all of these guys that are part of our core for the next 3 years that don't need to be re-signed. You don't have to do anything. All of these guys are progressing, and we're as good as we are right now because they have progressed to a certain point, but they're not done progressing yet. They're progressing faster than all of our rival teams. Like, it don't matter how good Chicago or Green Bay or Minnesota wants to be with developing players. If they have a left tackle or a right tackle, it doesn't matter how much they progress. They will never be as good as Penei Sewell. Like, there's a couple of slam dunks that the Lions have on this team that ain't going nowhere. Amon-Ra ain't going nowhere. You ain't going to be able to train up a wide receiver that can do what Amon-Ra can do. When you have those special type of players, you don't got to worry about the production. You just know that person is a beast. Every player's got some. You don't have to worry about those players. I think that the Packers got one. Xavier McKinney's one of those players. You don't got to worry about him. He's going to produce. But Penei Sewell might be the best football player in the NFL, period. Any position. That's how good Penei Sewell is at tackle. If I'm delusional anywhere, it's right there. I feel strength of the team. We always talk about Goff. We always talk about Gibbs and all the skill positions because stats come through there. But this is the strength of the team. Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow, Kevin Zeitler. I love you, Sonic. I love you, Knuckles. I love you. But some of those holes that you're running through, you could drive a dump truck through. And that's okay. I'm glad that we have a great offense, but this team isn't going to get there. We're not going backwards. He's going to get better. Penei Sewell is going to become better. That's the craziest thing. He's already the best player in the league. He's only 24 years old. I mean, are you kidding me? Jared Goff playing the best. He's 24 years old. Already the best player in the NFL. And I know it's not the sexiest thing in the world, right? It's like, it's nice to say, oh, well, Jared Goff, Look at these stats. It's like this offensive line is special. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the team while you have it. We've gotten better trading away Preston Smith. Okay, if you tell yourself that. Tell yourself that. That's fine. The whole organization is the best I've seen in my lifetime, and I used to watch it on black and white TV. And I think a lot of the Lion fans are there. Dwayne says he agrees with the central scrutinizer. Reno says 4 out of 5 of the last games were won by 2 or more scores. Is this a special team? Do we believe that? Because it's hard to win by 2 scores in the NFL. It doesn't happen as much. This isn't like college, right? College, you can, it's Alabama versus Southwest Mississippi Valley Tech. Oh, Alabama's favored by 220 points. Like, it isn't like that. In the NFL, all the teams are so damn close that it's pretty cool. But can the Lions keep up these 2-score wins? Because there's only been a couple teams that have been able to maintain stuff like that. The 2000 Ravens, the 2007 New England Patriots were dump trucking teams like that. Who else do we got? 85 Bears were dump trucking teams. Like, are the Lions like one of these? And the Patriots didn't even win the Super Bowl that year, but that team was dump trucking some teams with Randy Moss. That was the 99 Rams. Yeah, there's some special teams. Are the Lions one of those special teams? Because normal teams don't just dump truck teams all the time and win all these games by 2 points or 2 scores. It's hard to do that. Packers had to trade away Smith to dump the salary. That's why they took a 7th rounder for a guy that garnered more conversation than that. It's the results of overpaying Love. Now, that sounds more realistic. That doesn't sound like a homer, I'm going to be good with my team take. Getting forced into a situation like that. Kirby Joseph is the Packers' daddy.
We're going to bite a kneecap off. Acknowledge me.
Oh, gosh. Panay Sewell will be part of the new bloodline with the solo tribal chief.
Acknowledge me.
Oh, Hutchinson is an awesome player, J Mommy. Lawrence Taylor will go down as one of the best of all time. I get used to seeing victory formation. The Lions have dominated since the Vikings game for sure. I would the night shift. So I rarely watch it live. Always enjoy seeing it. Hi, J Mommy. I love your takes, by the way. Jeremy knows that it was a smart move, though. Jeremy knows that it was a smart move, but he also knows that you could have gotten more for him if you weren't in a cat bind. We found out last Sunday that 5 number 2 wide receivers are not better than having a number 1 wide receiver on the roster. Yeah, the Lions DBs are for real. Let's have that conversation while I get this music in here. And I'm going to before I turn into a pumpkin right here. I always love and enjoy talking like key matchups with you guys. That's going to be my Saturday morning live. They got Saturday Night Live. I do it in the morning when everybody's getting their coffee. But, I got the Zadarius Smith meeting the media from yesterday. I'm going to play this for you just so you can feel good. And then I'm going to let you guys go. You've been watching The Villain Report. You can join me Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. Brought to you by NFL Shop, our affiliate marketing partners. Use the code, the QR code, or use the link in the comments. You could save up to 50% off of your order from our affiliate marketing partners at NFL Shop. So without any further ado, let's get to the Zadarius Smith interview.
Days that Dan gave you, and then now just being back in today, are you ready to go Sunday, or do you think you still need maybe a little bit of time?
It was big, man. You know, Tuesday, obviously, I was traded, and coming from Cleveland, they was actually getting ready for their bye week. So coming here to sign, you know, coach was like, man, we'll give you a couple of days, you know, but we're not going to give you the whole week. But happy that I got a couple of days in, man. Got a chance to go back home to Florida to actually see my house from the hurricane. And it's real bad down there, but I'm glad he gave me the opportunity to go back home to see that. And for this game this weekend, I really don't know. But that's a damn question. Hopefully, I can play.
Everything's okay.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Just a couple shingles on the house, the fence, you know, small things. Truck, got water in it. So hopefully we can get it fixed.
What was your reaction when you found out about the trade, and how you looking at, you know, possibly helping this team when you able to get out the field?
I was happy, man. I got the phone call from the GM in Cleveland, man, and he was just telling me, Z, we got it done for you. And I was like, we got it done? So we're going to Detroit? And yeah, he was like, yeah, you're going to Detroit. So thank them, man, for just having me for 2 years, well, a year and a half, and trading me here to basically get a chance to go do something great. Yes, sir.
You wanted it to happen. Can you explain why?
I'm not gonna say that, man. Obviously, you know the season was 2-7. I think the GM was more about, you know, Z going to help a contender team with what that was about. Yeah, I see what you was trying to do there.
Just first impressions of Aaron Glenn. Because I know you're just here today, but maybe just from what you've seen from afar too, and some first impressions.
Man, great coach, man. Man, he handled the group well. You know, he got a bunch of young guys, man, but everybody is willing to listen, man. And he's basically wanting to put guys in situations to where they can go be dominant, man. Create one-on-one mismatches, and man, hopefully I can get out there this Sunday and get some of that if possible.
We're going to buy the
First cross
kneecap
your mind
off.
that Detroit might be an option.
We're going to buy the kneecap off.
I would say
We're going to buy the kneecap off.
the week after Hutch, man. You know,
We're gonna
praying
buy
for
the
Hutch,
kneecap
man.
off.
Hopefully see this, man. I'm happy to be here with him. But whenever he get back in the building, but I think it was 2 weeks after that, they was calling, asking about me, and the GM from Cleveland actually told me that. You know, he was like, yeah, they've been calling, but we're not gonna do nothing just yet. So once again, man, thanking him, man, for giving me the opportunity to come here, man, and continue my career and to be in the North. Yeah, for sure. Once again.
Do you see this as pressure to fill in for Hutch, or as an opportunity to kind of, you know, fill a need? How are you viewing this situation? Is everybody?
I'm not gonna say pressure, man. I'm gonna be Z, man. Come in here and be myself, man. Energy guy, man. Help the younger guys. You know, Pascal, man, was the guy that went to Kentucky. So to be around great guys and a great group, man, it's big, man. I just actually had a chance to go out to practice today, and man, the things that we're doing in practice, man, I see why this football team is so dominant. Yes, sir.
If I can ask you, caused quite a little bit of disturbance with the SMH tweet. What was that?
Yeah. It was just taking too long. That's what it was. It was taking too long. But obviously after that I got it done. I deleted it, man. Sorry for the fans that was thinking otherwise. But man, yeah, like I said, happy to be here, man, and happy to be with this football team.
How easy were you able to stay for 99 jersey?
Man, you know what? I came in and I signed, and they was like, man, you got 3 options. You can get 70s, any number in the 70s, any number in the 80s, and I think it was 60s, and I was like, no way. So I was like, who have number 99? And they told me who it was, and we looked this number up and called him real quick, man, and thankful to him, man. A guy from Alabama, man, Tuscaloosa. Had a chance to talk to him for a little while, and I had to pay up a little bit, but man, it's all is well, man. I got number 99 now, for sure. Say that again. Going rate. I'll say it's 3 zeros on the end of that. So yeah, for sure, man. I'm not gonna tell you the exact price, but for sure he's gonna have some good money. Yeah, put some gas in his car. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You like that? How effective do you think it can be at football practice?
Man, I know the game well. You know, obviously I've been in the game for 10 years now, so I know actually football, near gun, far gun sets. But it's just more getting the plays in and knowing the blitzes. They basically want me to be on cue with the blitzes. So hopefully, man, you know, something can work out here in the next 24 hours. Yeah. You know what, man? When I got the phone call and they told me I was coming here, I had that in the back of my mind that I get to come back to the North and basically play these guys again. But, you know, all is well, man. I actually love those teams too, man. The Cheesehead, great fan base, man. And going to the Vikings with the Skull, man, was big too. But, you know, now I'm in the right place. So you already know what time it is. I get to face them, twice now? They done played them once each. Yeah, get to face them twice, man. So I can't wait. And it's going to be big, man. What's up, though? Hey.
Yeah, what's up, though? Look at that. Look at that smile. Look at that smile right there. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Rasheed Wallace coming off the edge. Gonna sack him some CJ Stroud.
It's my quarterback.
Oh, man. Thank you guys for jumping on the show today. And being part of this show, right? If Christopher Wallace was here, I'd say it's the Lions Villain Report. It's a good show. It's about football. You should watch it. It's at 10 a.m. in the mornings. You should watch it. It could be good for you. It could be good for you. Good for your life. We are the UDFA of sports podcasting. Like, share, and comment. That's how you can help the channel. We appreciate everybody that helps the channel by doing that. Put a little shout out. Faith, family, and then football. In that order. We use football to spend time with our family, to make memories. We don't let football use us. And I'm going to take off, guys. Thank you for jumping on the show. I'll leave you with the blessing. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again. That'll be on Monday morning for the Lions Report. God bless you guys. Talk to you soon.
Hey, yo, the lies so that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes win. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose when I get to, never lose smooth on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we winning it, maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision and pay me, it's never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning this crazy. Your opportunity. Your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity.